Good morning, guys. How y'all doing today? welcome back to another episode of Cyber Attack Talk, where I give you guys all the tea on who has been attacked. Don't mind my voice. I may sound weird, being under the weather, but trying to be consistent. So here we are. So let's jump right into it. And today we're going to talk about the Chinese state hacker group that is targeting the U.S. infrastructure. So the United States has successfully prevented the hacking efforts of a Chinese state-sponsored group targeting critical public infrastructure such as the power grid and pipelines, according to the FBI. In a monumental revelation, the FBI director informed lawmakers of a decisive campaign that led to the dismantling of the notorious Vote Typhoon group. That's just the name of the state hacker group that has been targeting us. So their name is the Vote Typhoon. Um, this organization has infiltrated hundreds of older routers, breaching the integrity of U.S. assets. Despite the FBI's accusations, the Chinese government has remained silent, refraining from direct response. China has passionately denied any involvement in the state-sponsored cyber warfare against foreign entities. Instead, they have turned the tables and labeled U.S. as the world's biggest hacking empire and global theft, global cyber theft. Um, so Mr. Ray, speaking before the U.S. Congress School, now bear with my talking, committee, he painted a sobering picture of China's strategic um, cyber ambitions. He underscored China's calculated efforts to undermine key U.S. Infrastructure, positioning itself for potential conflict scenarios. The nefarious activities of the Volt Typhoon Group first came to light last May following the stark warning from Microsoft. I'm multitasking. All right. So the group's exploits include hacking into government emails, accounts, and targeting several public access, initiating a nationwide cybersecurity alert. The FBI disclosed that the group's crosshair was fixed on a wide array of critical infrastructure components, including water treatment, the power grid, transportation networks, oil and gas pipeline, and telecommunications networks. With surgical precision, they installed malware into hundreds of outdated routers, effectively establish a secret foothold within the very heart of the American infrastructure. Uh, the Typhoon malware enabled China to hide, among other things, pre operational scouting and network exploitation against critical infrastructure. As we navigate the complex web of global cyber threats, one thing remains clear: alertness is our strongest defense. Let us heed the warnings, fortify our defenses, and stand resolute against the looming specter of cyber threats. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the digital battlefield. Until next time. So, yeah, I have the article below if you guys want to read it. Um, One thing about this article, it kept saying that they implanted malware within the older router. So I'm thinking there is, um, even if they're older routers, what I'm thinking is that there are certain situations, so say like these older routers or like Cisco devices, and once they get to an age where like if it's 2016 and right now it's 2024, Where eventually, like, Cisco will stop making upgrades for the older routers, because at this time they will want you to upgrade to the newer versions. But some companies, if it's a small company, maybe they cannot afford to upgrade all of their um, equipment, so they're keeping the older equipment, because if it's not broke, why not fix it? But if they're keeping it and it's not being um, they're not having the monthly upgrade, the patches that comes out to prevent these malware, then they're leaving themselves vulnerable for attacks like this, because you're putting yourself they call it like end of life. Like, once your device become end of life, they're no longer supported. And as a company, as a small company, you can't afford to upgrade it, so you keep it and hope for the best that they don't um, target you and your company. But if you're working in organizations that deals with people, water and transportation and telephones, then that is a no-brainer. Like, you need to get rid of the equipment, especially when they become end of life. That way you can get the patches and the iOS upgrades to prevent um, hackers from going to your older systems. And once you're able to upgrade, then those older equipments, the old routers and switches, needs to be taken off the network, taken off and wiped completely before it is. Um, if y'all hear that, don't mind that thing, and I'm checking emails. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, so like, if you're decomming your switches or routers in this case, then you need to be able to go ahead and wipe it and completely remove it, like unplug the cord, take out the power from it. Why are you leaving old equipment on your network when your organization is one that helps keep America going? Um, it's not like one of these organizations like a mom and pop, like a store, restaurant, or something like that. Like, if you're over any of these critical infrastructures to keep the United States moving, then I feel like you need to do whatever you need to do in your budget to be able to um, upgrade these older equipments during this time. Because if not, this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. Um, they know it's end of life. They know it's older because they're using older code. So that's my 2 cents on it. Um, it's above my pay grade, so so yeah, yeah. Just keep that in mind. We made it to. I know these videos don't be long. I don't want them to be long. So article will be in the description box, and as I stated below. So there you go, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.